Okay, is everyone here?
Not enough.
Not Enoch? Where is he? I wonder.
He's probably just laying down.
Okay, guys, I have been told, instructed, to tell you guys to please leave your video on. Do not switch it off. Okay. So, Rafaela, switch on your video.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome. Don't hide, it's not necessary. Hello, Sheena.
Sitting, ma'am.
No, it's all good, guys. Okay, so just Enoch that's missing. Okay, hopefully he gets here soon. Okay, so have you guys done the homework? Have you looked at the homework page? Have you started?
No, ma'am.
I've started looking around.
I just read through it, ma'am. I haven't started it yet.
Okay, just went through it. Okay, Rafaela, have you started?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and Sheena?
I've started researching.
Researching. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
What specific things are you guys looking to do? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to chats, right? If you have questions or whatever, just raise your hand because I'm going to mute you all. And then this way we don't, interrupt each other and whatever. So you guys are all going to be muted. And then if you have a question, like I said, just raise your hand and then we can answer the questions. Okay. You can also just type your question in the chat column and then we will get to them. Is that understood? Okay, good. Okay, guys, so I'm going to redirect you now to the Canvas page. So just bear with me. Can all of you see this? Just thumbs up if you can see it. Good. Okay. So it says here, during the following weeks, you will be learning about various methods and approaches to dealing with your tools and using them to create what you have designed. Before you can use these tools to accomplish your final outcome, you will need to know how to create your prototype, what you will need to do, okay? So the first thing is to identify the possible materials. If you don't have cardboard or hardboard or some carpentry or any tools that you can use, simple things that you can do is, let's say, for example, making paper mache. Do you guys know what paper mache is? Hands up. Sort of, Mtsako, sort of. Okay, if you know what paper mache is, then you'll know it's quite simple to work with, right? You don't need wire for the inside to make an armature for your paper mache if you use rolled up newspaper first. So you can use rolled up newspaper to make a basic framework, and then you can use paper mache around it to obviously give the thing shape and dimension. Okay, so the three topics were designing a chair by taking inspiration from the human spine, designing a display unit for the television, designing a collapsible or extendable table for the kitchen. Once you have selected the topic, follow the steps below and think of the past papers while you're doing these steps, okay? So I'm just going to also now redirect you to Miguel's paper, his sketches, to show you how he designs his products. Okay, it's a really, really useful thing to see. Okay, so he's been creating machines. Can all of you see this? Okay, good. I'm going to just unmute you guys again because I can't hear if you understand. Okay, so if you look at these pages, you will see the amount of annotation he's been putting there. Every single thing is annotated. Every little part, every nook, every cranny, every bolt. Doesn't matter what it is perfectly analyzed, okay, and evaluated. You guys will have to do exactly the same thing. If you think of your past papers, for example, you'll remember that first section that counted 4 marks asks you to list 4 additional functions, right, that a machine or a product should have. This is exactly what this is. Okay, it's the additional functions. But those additional functions then becomes your specifications. Without specifications, the product has no purpose. So you must make sure that you add that in. Okay, remember now, your designs should be submitted along with the prototype. But what you can do is you can submit your ideas, your preliminary ideas, by uploading it to the page that I created for you. And then I can look at them. Okay, and then I can give you feedback on them, whether or not there's something that should be changed or added or removed. Okay, and then it's going to keep you guys on track. But everything that you upload needs to be uploaded to the same page. Don't upload it to anywhere else. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Great stuff. Okay, just some more sketches. So you see, he did quite a lot, right? And the quality is very good as well. And all of them are one basic thing, but shown in different ways. And they're all described in different ways that they can work. And in some of them, things are added, and in some of them, things are removed. And every single time he added something, he said why, he annotated it. And every time he removed something, he also annotated it. And he gave an explanation, a reason why. And once something was adapted by using Scamper, you'll see at the top page, he made use of Scamper, right? Every single thing is justified to how it links to that part of Scamper as well. And you guys have done Scamper now, so you know exactly how it works. So it's always a very good idea to also implement Scamper. Let's say, for example, you're going to use the chair inspired by the human spine as your topic. What you're going to start off with is an existing product, something that already exists. And then you're going to say, okay, but how can I improve on this product? How can I change it? How can I make it more relatable to the human spine, to anatomy? How can I incorporate comfort and aesthetics? And that's where Scamper is going to come in. And from that initial idea, that idea that you basically borrowed from an existing product, is where you're going to bring in your alterations. Okay, does that make sense? Good. Okay, so your first assignment, what I need you guys to do, because part of this should be uploaded by Monday, okay, is I want at least 1 additional product, 4 additional points, an existing product on 1 page on an A3 sheet with annotations, okay? And remember, guys, not every single sketch needs to be a final solution. They don't all have to be final ideas. 5-minute sketches are fine. They're perfect, because what you want to do is just demonstrate your knowledge and explain your thinking really, really quickly, okay? And once you're there, remember that section in the paper as well, I think it's section C, yeah, it's section C, where you have to develop 3 ideas. This works in the same way. So you're going to develop basic ideas, and then once you're happy with them, you're going to select the one that's most suited, and that one is going to become your final solution. That one is going to inspire and influence your prototype. Okay, so I'm going to stop the screen share and then we can talk about it. Okay, so questions, guys?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, ma'am, the sketches, before the sketches, what did you say we have to do, ma'am?
Before the sketches, you need to find a product that already exists, that relates to the theme that you've selected, a product that already exists. Let's say, for example, the Lazy Boy. You know what the Lazy Boy chair looks like, right?
I think so, ma'am.
Yeah, it's that chair where you recline backwards and then it has this part at the bottom that kicks out and you can put your feet on it and lay back.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, so that's the Lazy Boy. So that chair is sort of already inspired by the human spine, but it's not good for your spine. It's not, there's no support. Well, maybe the newer ones have more support, but basically it's not really, really supportive for back health. Okay, so how can you take that into consideration? Let's say the chair that you're designing based on the human spine is meant for a top athlete. Okay, so then there are new considerations that you have to keep in mind, and the chair would have to be designed according to those parameters. So let's say, for example, there should be a massager in, or it should have something that pops up just to support your back more. Have you guys seen those office chairs that look like they've got a little bit that bumps out like that, and then it pushes your spine inward. Have you seen those before? Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
that's basically to prevent you from slouching. Okay, so that promotes good spinal health. Okay, so all of those things you need to take into consideration. Okay, any other questions, guys? Questions?
I suppose not from the rest.
Okay, let's quickly hear. What topics were you guys thinking of doing? Let's start with Aaliyah.
I'm thinking of doing the display unit for the TV.
Okay, okay. What additional points do you think it should have? Think about it.
Space, like for books or TV, remote controls.
Okay, good. Is that display unit going to be in an apartment or a city block, or is it going to be in a house? Is it going to be around small children? Because all of those things.
Making it like family friendly and make it like an average normal display unit.
Okay. Is it going to have things like glass in it?
No, ma'am.
No glass. Okay, because those are things that you need to take into consideration when you're designing it, okay? Because it needs to be safe then. Okay, and Taco, you were thinking?
I was gonna do the kitchen, the table, the retractable table, I think.
Okay, yes, the extendable table. Okay,
Yes,
so it's
ma'am.
for, yeah,
So,
for a kitchen. Okay, so what
Ma'am?
additional things do you think it should have?
I think I don't think it should have the leg on the other side to close back and sit on the ground. If it could some way, if possible, to have its support directly from the wall. I'm not sure how that's gonna work though, but that.
Okay. So you're going to have to go do research on kitchen units that already exist, okay, that are wall mounted. Okay, that's going to have to be your research. Okay, Sheena,
I thought of doing the chair.
the chair.
Yes.
Okay, good. What additional points do you think it should have? What do
I'm
you
not
want?
sure now.
What do you want to feel when you sit in a chair?
I want to feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and I wanted to make the chair a bit flexible, like our spinal cord is a bit flexible, move from side to side.
Okay, that's good. That's already a very good starting point. You know, you get some of those chairs that are gravity defying. It has, it's one solid shape, but the entire thing is flexible. So, but when you lay back, it supports itself from a pivot point at the bottom so that you can actually recline all the way back without the chair collapsing in on itself. It's really nice. I think it's made from, it's memory wire and some kind of thermosetting plastic. But there's something that you can go look at as well. Yes, very good. Rafaela?
Ma'am, I'm not completely sure which one I want to do like final, but so far I think I'm going to do the chair.
The chair as well. Okay, so you can take the same tips that I gave to Sheena. Okay. Enoch, your video is off.
Yeah, ma'am.
You can switch
Ma'am,
it on.
I want to do
How are
a
you?
table.
The
What?
table.
A
Are you going
table,
to?
yeah, a work table.
Okay, good. Okay, so you can take the same tips that I gave in Sako, unless you don't want something that is wall mounted. So if you want something that's self-supporting, there's a lot that you can go look at. You can also look at tables that have drawers, hidden drawers. And you can look at tables that extend themselves. If you pull the table apart, it actually has a middle section. If you slide it open, you can add another piece in there. Then the entire table becomes longer than the original size. So there's quite a lot that you can look at that in that regard as well. Okay, guys, do you have any more questions, things that you need to know before we go to weekend work? Anything? Nothing?
Ma'am,
Okay.
please
Yes.
remind me, how many sketches will we have to do?
I said a minimum of 4. Okay.
Do all of them have to be completely different, ma'am? Or be like in the paper when we have to do like one final one? or?
They will all have to be based on a basic idea, but different in ways. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
The same
So
way
we
you
do
would
3 of them
approach
like in the paper, and then 1 like the final
exactly
complete
like
idea.
that. Exactly
Okay.
like that. That's why I told you guys to constantly think of your paper, the way you've done your paper. Okay. Yes.
And then last one, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, how do we upload it once we're done, ma'am?
Okay, you'll see if you go onto the Canvas website. Let me quickly take you there by screen sharing. Where is the Canvas site now? I know that's, yeah, this here, homework week 1. Okay, you will go to this page where it says homework week 1, right? Do you see at the bottom of the page, it says week 1 assignment. Do you see that? Do you guys see that?
No, ma'am.
Go to the bottom of the homework page.
We see your class list, ma'am.
You see a class list. That's
Yeah.
very strange. Okay, let me remove the class list. I don't know why it's there. Okay, can you see it now? Let me screen share it again. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. At the bottom of this, do you see it's homework week 1? If you scroll all the way down, you're going to see that there's in blue, submit your prototype to week 1. Your prototype, your drawings, everything gets submitted to this week 1 assignment. If you click on it, it's going to redirect you to that page.
Okay.
Okay, you see over here. So this says that you can submit a text or upload a file. So that's what you guys are going to do. You're going to upload a file. When you take the photo of your prototype, I want you to take from 3 angles, okay? So that I can see right around the entire thing. Okay, not just one side of the prototype. Okay, and all of it gets submitted here. Do you see that there's the icon that says files? You see it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's where you're going to upload it. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions, guys? Nothing. Are you good? Okay, then in that case, I'm going to end this session. I hope you guys have a really, really good weekend and that you stick to the deadline. It's important since it counts for marks. Okay, guys, then I'll see you next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye, ma'am.